What's up, YouTube? We are not back, but Team Diamonds were announced. We got to talk about this because I think there's a lot of really bad information going out there, but I could also be given bad information right now. I don't know. But we're going to take a look at a lot of different things, and I think there's a lot of people out there saying right now we got to collect our 79, 78, 77, 76s, and I'm going to tell you why I don't think we need to. Now, do I have a bunch of 78s and 79s? Absolutely. But they're doing it so much later this year that I just feel like there's a lot of going to be I just feel like that's too many cards. And so we're going to go ahead. We're going to go search my beloved Vikings. There is 113 cards on the Vikings this year that have been released. That's a lot. That's a high number. But we're going to go all the way to the top. Now, I don't think Dobbs is going to be needed. I don't think Peterson's going to be needed. I don't think, the 90s are going to be needed. My personal opinion is you're going to see the game, or not the game, but you're going to see EA release Team Diamonds Friday, which means I believe, could they be 93s? Yes. I don't think they will be, though. I still think they're going to be 92s. I just think they're trying the whole let's release it one day, limited's one day or one high or one overall higher because they want people to spend more money and maybe they didn't get enough money on Blitz. I don't know. But I don't think you're going to need 90s. I really don't think you're going to need 90s. I would be surprised if you even need 89s. Now, I could see 89s as a wild card type thing, based on last year. You got to remember last year was like, we started out like 2 overalls lower last year. So by the time we got to this point, they required an 88, 89 for every set. So 32 extra ones, 82, 89. But you were getting a 92. And at that point last year, I believe the highest was 90 or 91. So I think that went through the change. And so I don't think we're going to need, I just don't think we're going to need 89s even. I think it maybe as a top, maybe as a wild card, so 30. As long as you have 32 of them on hand, you should be fine. But I do think you're going to need the 88. I do think you're going to need Division Dynasty. Now, is that a guarantee? No, absolutely not. But I think you're going to need one. I probably think you're going to need one. But we're going to say you need one. We're going to go through and count. Now, last year you took, 26, 28 cards maybe at the max. I think a lot of sets were like 23, 24 cards, I believe. Now, I could 100% be wrong. I'm not going to look this up. I'm going based on memory, which obviously I'm old. I don't know. My memory could be bad. But I'm just going to go based on that. So you're going to go 1 here. Then you're going to look at all these. I think all these will be required. So that's 7. All these, 13. All these. Now you're looking at 19. All these. Now you're looking at 25. All these. Now you're looking at 31. Plus these 2. Now you're looking at 33 cards. That's a lot of cards already to be put into a set. A lot of cards already to be put in a set. So I have a hard time thinking that it's going to be... I have a really hard time thinking 79s and stuff. So you got 33. Let's go all the way down through 78s, the end of 78. So that's 37. And so you got a total of 40 cards. Now, if they're asking for 40 cards per team... That's a lot of cards, guys. I mean, that's like almost double what it was last year. So the next thing I want to look at is, as you can see, I do own all of them. Randy Moss obviously doesn't count. So I guess it would be 29 cards. I counted Randy Moss. I shouldn't be counting Randy Moss. But let's go look at the price. You're looking at $56K. Plus this one's, $90K. That's $100K. 120, 150, 100, 90. 220. Now, I think these prices are higher right now. I think if you were to actually look for them, they would be higher. But let's say 220, 230, 240, 250, 260, 270, 280. You're looking at 300. We're looking at probably, roughly 350K, 350 to 380K to make right now. And that's with the prices on here. I think these are low prices. Let's go ahead and take a look just to see. It says listed for $2,900. I'm pretty sure most of these are, they're pretty much higher than that at this point. So I just have a hard time thinking that it's going to be anything more than 80 pluses. And I don't think it's going to be everything's required. I know, I could see Division Dynasty not being a part of it. I definitely could see that. I do think Unstoppable, AKA, stuff like that. The new Legends probably from last week won't be part of it. And so on. Let's go take a look at another team. You saw the Vikings here. Let's go look at, let's say the Dolphins here. Let's see what the Dolphins got going on. This Jalen Waddle I didn't pick, so you can't have him. Let's go up here. Let's try to find. You can see I got a lot of cards, guys. I've been kind of hoarding. I don't have this Tyreek. Obviously, that's probably a bad move on my part. He's probably going to go up in price. But let's go ahead and check and let's count the first. I don't know. So Javon Holland. Yeah. So let's go there. So that's what right there. That's 7. That's 13. Plus 5. That's 18. 23. Plus these 3. So 26. 27. I mean, that's already a lot of cards. You guys get where I'm going with this? Like, I just think it's going to be really, really hard for them to say, all right, well, you guys need to put 35 cards in there. I just feel like that's going to be a lot. Now, if you want to truly prepare for everything, you probably should be, definitely doing this. Let's see if I can, and, 60K. I mean, that's fine. I got to make sure I have the card, right? Got to make sure I have the card. But honestly, the catalog has its purpose every once in a while, and this is one of the reasons. This is probably the only reason I think the catalog has a purpose. Honestly, the catalog is such a terrible idea on their part that, I mean, kudos, I guess. But I've went ahead the last couple days, and I've really, really kind of honed in on everything, especially since it was announced yesterday. I've really been kind of going out there trying to get all the cards that I need. I still need Devin Hester. I've been trying to snipe a lot of the ones for what I need them at, and so. But you can see right here. I mean, you guys know how I do things. And I do have a lot of the younger, or not the younger ones, but I do have a lot of the lesser overalls. I don't have any of these cards. I don't know why it says I do. I don't. I got rid of all my 76s and 77s the other day. And so I went through and counted all the extra ones I have. I mean, for between 78 and 79 extra, I got all my 80, 81 extras, 82, 83 extras, 84, 85 extras. I got double extras of what I had last year, or double what was required from last year to make sure that I had everything. I think that's the safest thing to do. Now, I mean, obviously, guys, this is a huge risk because I have a ton of coins invested into this stuff. And honestly, tomorrow this stuff could be worth nothing. It really could. And the reason, the reason is when they announce it, they could definitely, some of these maybe, definitely, let's take a look at this one. So I need to buy these 2 yet, plus, yeah. So that's 4, 10, 16, 22, 24. So I could see some of these needing golds, but I don't know how, I can't imagine all of them needing golds, unfortunately. I just can't imagine that. Like I said, the Vikings have 30 some. That's a lot, and that's a lot. So I'll be making sure I write him down to make sure I'm looking for him at all times. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough because if they expect to put 30 cards into a set, I feel like you're really going to have a hard time. I mean, it's going to cost you. It's going to be expensive to do some of this stuff. You can see right here, I got some cards I got to write down. I don't think Darren Waller will be needed for the set, by the way. I just have a feeling like, Big Cat, I feel like some of these are going to, I feel like it's some 87, 88 wild cards again. But could I be wrong? Yes, absolutely wrong. I mean, am I going to have all the cards ready for tomorrow? No. Or not tomorrow, whenever it comes out in a couple days. I'm never going to have all the cards. I think it comes out Friday, right? Thursday or Friday. I'm never going to have all the cards because they're going to throw wrinkles out there. But I am going to have the majority, if not all, of the other cards. And I'll be able to just quickly buy the ones that I need and so on. I'm hoping I can sell each one for, between 400K to 450K, and then the overall master for, hopefully 5, 6K, 7 or 5.5K. Hopefully like 3 or 4 million. But this is what I'm preparing for. This is what I'm doing. You guys can do whatever you want. It's good to be, it's good to see you guys again. Hopefully you guys watch this video. Hopefully you get something out of it. But I do think I'll go back to the risk part. I absolutely think there's a risk on this because, the chances of them changing it up, they might go look at this going, well, there's way too many cards per set. We can't do that. So they might make it completely different, and that could end up screwing me pretty hard. The good news about it is there's always ways out. There's always ways out. Like, I have a ton of cards. And I bought most of them at training value, so there's a good chance that I could just quick sell it and roll it into whatever. Will TVP come back? Maybe. We'll see, I guess, right? Community complains enough, they'll eventually put anything you want back in the game. So anyways, guys, that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this.